Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the InArt 1/12 collectible figure of, I'm going to try to pronounce this name correctly, I don't know if I am, BAJIE. Probably not. I didn't play the game. This guy's from Black Myth Wukong. I'm assuming he's a side character because I know he's not the main character. Now, the interesting thing about this is they are making the main character, or have made, I guess, I don't know, at 1/6 scale. So I'm really hoping they make the main character at 1/12 scale because I would love to own that. I love that character. But this is the side character. I guess maybe he's a main character. I don't know. You guys know if you played the game. But anyway, they provided this review sample for me, to me, so I could show you guys in a review what it is. I get nothing out of it other than to review the figure, and I get the figure, of course. But you guys do get a discount code if you want to buy it. I'll put a link in the description below. It'll be on their website, and then you get a discount for like the first 48 hours after this video goes live. That's how they wanted to do it. So that's the way they're doing it, but either way, if you don't go that route, it is available at Big Bad Toy Store. I'll put that link in the description below also. But this is a cool little figure. I mean, it's small and portly, so it's not going to have the most range, but it does have some really cool features. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. It's a relatively simple package, kind of like the same as the Batman. Cool, not the Batman, not now that they made that a movie, you know what I mean. The Batman figure. Cool little, like, stylized artwork there of the figure, and then the rest is mostly pretty simple. There's the game title. Pretty simple packaging, but high quality packaging, very nice. Okay, and now for the figure itself, let me adjust this. He's very small, so it's going to be a little tricky. And I want to comment on this briefly before we get into the review. He's $50, but despite his size, I think it's probably worth. I'm just going to say that right off the bat because, like, we don't see sculpts and paint jobs like this ever. And you know, when I did the Batman review, everybody was like, yeah, but you know, it's not coming to North America, so that's why it's cheaper. And it's like, I don't think so, because this guy has more paint and in some ways more sculpt work than that Batman figure did. And even though he's a little bit smaller, still, this is a lot of production quality for $50. I am actually quite surprised. Like, I know from the photos it looked really good, and I thought, okay, well, InArt did a good job with the Christian Bale face, so maybe this will look good too, but damn, I can't get over the quality they're putting in the production on these guys. I mean, look at that. Goodness. This has to be the best combination of sculpt and paint work this company so far. I mean, this figure is a good example. The Christian Bale face was too. The bat suit was mostly black, but still they did a good job. But it's like, it's so well done. There's shading and paint job everywhere. Those eyes are gorgeous. They're separate pieces, so they were able to paint them extra nice and then put them in. The fur, not only the sculpt, but the paint also. It's just so well done. This guy looks like he could be alive. The clothing, the texturing, the washes, the dry brushing, the flesh tones throughout. He's got his little nipples, but even on the hands, there's a bunch of different paint applications to make him look like he's coming to life. Some dirtiness, I guess, or maybe just coloration down by the claws or the nails. Same thing for his little piggy feet. The dirt on the clothing, like, it's so good looking, and I can't get over the face. The quality of that face paint job with the eyes, and then also inside the mouth, it's just incredibly well done. Incredibly well done. And you guys know I don't say nice things about figures just to get free product. I don't care about that. Not because I'm wealthy or anything, just because I don't care about free product that much. I'd rather have my integrity. But this thing is actually impressive. Like, I couldn't care less about this character. Don't care at all about Little Pig Guy. But the figure itself is freaking nuts. The quality in the application of the sculpt and the paint is unrivaled. For $50, that's nuts. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, it's not going to pose. I mean, it does have articulation, and for what it is, it's pretty good, but it's not going to pose very well. But it does look damn good. So if you are in the market for something that looks really good, keep watching. If you're in the market for something that poses well enough, keep watching. If you're in the market for something that poses like a Spider-Man figure, that should pose as well as a Spider-Man figure should pose, this probably isn't for you. But yeah, he looks just incredible. The sculpt work, the texturing throughout, even on his belly, everything. It's more impressive in hand than I thought it would be. And I guess this is pre-production because they're not out yet. So there's a chance it changes. That's what everybody kept saying about the Batman figure. We'll see. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's close to this because, I mean, I don't think these are being done like by hand to be special or anything. Maybe that's the case. We'll have to wait and see. But it does look really, really nice. Okay, so aesthetically speaking, I'm going to say 10 out of 10. It's not the first time. You guys always like to say, oh, it's the first time you did this or that. It's not. I've given 10 out of 10 on subcategories, on the individual categories, not on overall reviews, ever, because no figure's perfect. But for the aesthetic on this guy, I think it is. I don't know that they could do any better, really. Like, that's nuts. Now, as far as accessories go, he doesn't have a ton. He's got a decent spread of hands. Those are all pretty good. They're all very well painted. And then we have the 3 other accessories. We have the rake, the ball thingy, and the mirror. They are all very, very nicely detailed. The sculpts are super intricate, and the paint jobs they match. So that's nice. Very, very good. And he gets a little display stand with a cool base. That base is kind of cool. It's a standout. And that holds him up. He can stand without it, but it's tricky with his little piggy feet. But yeah, good spread of accessories. Nothing crazy. I'm guessing that's all he needs. And so 9 out of 10. That's pretty good. I mean, more hands or alternate head. Like, there's always room for more accessories, so that's pretty hard to get a 10 out of 10 unless you have a whole bunch. But yeah, that's a good spread of accessories. They are very, very nicely detailed. The rake especially, in the mirror. Very cool. Alright, so now it's time to do the articulation. And he does pose. He's got some ball pegs in the neck, so the head moves around for what it is really well. Like, you can get expressions done because ball pegs allow leaning and tilting in any direction, and he does work nicely for the neck and the head. You can see there's a separate piece in there to fill in some gaps and allow some extra range. That's cool. Like I showed you, the mouth does open up. That's really nicely done. The teeth in there are all really well done, but they also made it so that he can kind of cock his jaw to the side, and I'm guessing that's a thing from the game. I don't know, but they made it so that you can move his mouth sideways a little bit. So, like I said, I haven't played this game, so I don't know for sure what that's about, but they made it so that you can do that and then put it back to normal, so that's okay. These are all soft enough pieces that they don't really get in the way too much. The arms, up to horizontal, maybe a little bit better. You're going to get your rotation out of that. Of course, he's got kind of a triangle-shaped body, so the arms have to move around with that, but that's fine. Man, I'm still out of breath from being sick. I'm still sick. I'm not going to be back in full swing for a little while, guys. By the way, sorry about that, but I'm trying to get some stuff done as fast as I can, so hopefully you can bear with me, and hopefully my voice isn't too far off. Single-jointed elbows here, not the best range. You can rotate the sleeve around. You can see how it's ovular, it's oblong, so you can make it look how you want it to. If you want the sleeve to be hanging down, you can do that. And then, of course, it's going to affect posability. Maybe you want it like that. That'll probably give you maybe the best range. Probably not. You can figure out how you want to use that. I'm guessing it's meant to be like that, maybe? I don't know. But then the arms are on a double ball peg on the inside of the sleeve. So you can move this whole arm around to make that useful. And then the hands, they are on little ball pegs also. So yeah, you get enough versatility to make it work. He doesn't have the best range in the elbow, and then the oblong nature of the sleeve is either good or bad depending on how you want it to look. So you'll have to just kind of play around with that. There's nothing in the torso here, but he does have articulation under his belt. So if you grab in here, you can lean him around. I guess you could grab it right here probably. Yeah, you can. Okay, good. So yeah, you can rotate him around and lean him around in his little fat belly. Just seals all those gaps, and I can't get over how good this figure looks. Like, I don't know if there's a lot of demand for a little pig guy from Black Myth Wukong, but if there is, then you guys are going to be thrilled, because I can't get, like, it's such a good looking figure. I have no idea if it's a popular character. I'm assuming it is, or they wouldn't have made the figure. I don't know. Anyway, these pieces can move around kind of freely. Same thing over here. Be careful, they will untuck, and then you have this. You don't want that, so tuck it back in. But they move around pretty nicely. And his legs, they move around well enough. You have some ball pegs in there and some thigh swivel. And you can bring his legs out pretty far forward. Well, out to the side, I guess. They have a picture of him sitting in the... yeah, I guess if you rotate him at the thigh, maybe, at the hip. I don't know. There's a picture of him sitting in one of the promo shots. I'm not sure how they achieved that. You'll have to play around with it if you really want to do that. But his legs have decent enough range, and this isn't going to get out of the way that much. Like, it's not connected up here, so that's fine, but it is one solid piece. so it will get in the way. So be aware of that. As far as the other articulation, he does have knee joints. It's not the best looking thing in the world, but it's there. And he has digitigrade legs, so you have his ankle back here and his toe up here, and it's all articulated as you would expect with swivel hinges or ball pegs, and you don't get a ton out of it. It's made to look good, and he can balance on his little piggy feet, but you can see the way they sculpted that. I mean, I'm assuming that's the way he's supposed to look, but the way that is sculpted, it is tricky to get him to balance on those. So you can use that display stand if you want, but it does work without it if you want to do that. So yeah, he's not going to be the most dynamic poser in the world, but he does look really good for what he is. So I'll give his articulation a, we'll just give it a 5 out of 10. It's reasonable, it's good for what it is, but like, objectively, it's not a lot of articulation, so that's fine. It's mostly going to be in the head and arms, in the torso, I'm guessing. You're probably not going to mess with his legs too much. But it's enough. It's definitely enough. It's not to knock the figure to say it has only 5 out of 10 for range. He just doesn't have much articulation that's super useful, but that's fair enough for the character design. But yeah, boy, does he look good. This company, man, I don't know how they're putting that much paint application and that much sculpt work into a figure without it costing a ton. And this one has the full licensing for North America. Everybody was saying, oh, Christian Bale's Batman's he would cost more if he was licensed in America and everything like that, and maybe, but this guy has it, and I'm sure his licensing isn't as expensive as Batman, but still, it's a heck of a high quality figure for $50. So if you happen to want Pig Guy from Black Myth Wukong and don't mind that he can't pose a ton, I mean, you can't go wrong with this. It's a really, really good figure. I'm going to give it an overall rating of 9.5 out of 10. Definitely could pose better. I mean, reasonably it's fine, but still. And the rest is just excellent. Really, really, really good figure. So yeah, if you're in the market for this guy, then don't even hesitate. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous release. The eyes and the face are just, they're worth it right there. Really, really well done. So that's it for me, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, but I'll stop rambling. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.